This past weekend, the El Cortez Theater kicked off its reopening with the 2021 Truth or Consequences Film Fiesta. The Film Fiesta was a 3-day event spanning from Friday, October 22nd to Sunday, October 24th, and had over a dozen films, short and feature length, with many of the directors and actors coming to represent their films. On Friday, the TRC Film Fiesta kicked off with the classic John Hughes films such as 16 Candles and Weird Science, intercut with original short films. After the screening of Weird Science, actor Anthony Michael Hall came to meet fans and sign autographs. Following the screening of The Breakfast Club, Mr. Hall did a Q&A with those in attendance of the screening. Afterwards, I was able to do an off-camera interview with Anthony Michael Hall, and he was able to tell me what brought him to the Film Fiesta and what to expect from his upcoming film, Halloween Kills.
Mr. Hall, what brought you down to the Truth or Consequences Film Festival today?
Well, it's interesting because I was here last month in Santa Fe, not in this area. It's our first time to Truth or Consequences. My wife and I are loving it. What a great town. So we were hosted by John Hendry and his lady Nani, and they were kind enough to invite them to their new film festival. And they're great people. So I was here last month shooting a movie. Then I came back and we did some appearances, and I hosted a couple screenings in Las Cruces yesterday. And I spoke at the university, which is really fun, Mexico State University. And then we got here last night, so this has really been great. So they were kind enough to put a couple screenings together, some of my old films, and so that's how it happened. That's right.
What can you tell us about this newest film?
Sure. Well, without giving away spoilers for those who haven't seen it, it's available on Peacock and it's in the theaters. It's number one in the country now, which is great news. It made over $50 million last weekend, which is really a thrill. It picks up where the last one left off, so it's still Halloween night. The town gathers in a local bar, and they're kind of commiserating about being victims and survivors. And then my character, who Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, babysat in the original, 43 years ago, he kind of leads the charge in the town. He's kind of the eye of the storm. And along with the other survivors and locals and townspeople, they decide to stand up and fight and really kind of rise up against him. So I think it's classic good versus evil, and it's a great movie, and I'm just really blessed and very fortunate that it's doing so well.
For those who needed a break, right down the street from the El Cortez was the Filmmakers Lounge. There, filmmakers and festival goers were able to grab a drink, listen to music, and get to know each other. After the first night wrapped up, those who attended the Film Fiesta were invited to the Point Blanc Winery for pizza and karaoke. Kicking off Saturday was the presentation of the documentary Caffeine and Gasoline, before the airing of a batch of short films including Metro 6, which is an animated short film directed by Jeff Hetch, who is from San Francisco, but collaborated with 78 other artists from 17 different countries to make the short come to life. Across the street at the Center, Gallery of Fine Art, filmmakers and performers who came from out of town were invited to a brunch hosted by gallery owner Art Berger. I was able to speak off-camera with actor Mark Vasconcelos, who came to promote the feature film Broken Gayete. He really enjoyed TRC and wanted to share his 2018 film, River, with the community who couldn't make it to the festival. It is free to watch, just check out the link below. Also screened was director Ruben Pla's 2020 film, The Horror Crowd, and Arctic, a film by Tom Bocci. Coming to promote Arctic was actor Jerry G. Angelo, who is also a director, with upcoming projects being Obscura and Dead River. After another day at the Film Fiesta, the night wrapped up at the Glam Camp, where those who came were treated to music from DJ Daddy Rocks and a performance from a fire dancer. Kicking off day 3 of the event was director Elisa Gessner's 2020 film, Earl Bliss, The Spirit Who Walks Amongst His People. Afterwards was a short film showcase that included the film Auction, which was made locally in Truth or Consequences, as well as a trailer for the Sierra County Sentinel's upcoming film series, the Sierra County Veterans Legacy Project. The project was filmed locally at the Hamilton Military Museum and captures veteran-on-veteran interviews dedicated to preserving memories of veterans from Sierra County who have served at home and abroad. Check out the trailer in the link below and be on the lookout for the Sierra County Veterans Legacy Project coming out this Veterans Day on the Sierra County Sentinel's Facebook and YouTube channel. Finishing off the event was director Ross Mark's 2021 film, Walking with Herb, which was filmed in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and stars Edward James Olmos, George Lopez, and Kathleen Quinlan. I was able to speak with director Ross Marks, and he was able to tell me why he chose to film in New Mexico.
Well, I'm a New Mexico resident. My goal always is to grow film, particularly in southern New Mexico, Las Cruces, where I'm based and where I teach at New Mexico State University. So one of the ways that I can grow film in southern New Mexico is by making films. So that was why I made Walking with Herb. We were able to employ 68 New Mexicans making the film. Brought a terrific cast, Edward James Olmos and George Lopez and Kathleen Quinlan and Billy Boyd and Chris McDonald down to southern New Mexico and showed them what a great area and a great location it is for filmmaking. I think it was probably the largest independent film that's ever been made in the States. I'm really proud of that fact. Had a $5 million budget, and the film's been very well received. I ended up selling it to Universal, who released the film just a few months ago, and so now it'll start streaming in a couple of months, but now it's on video on demand on Amazon and Fandango and platforms, Apple, and so forth. So I'm really proud of the fact that it's not just the fact that the film was shot in New Mexico, it was written by a New Mexican, the late Mark Medoff. It was produced by myself and Joe Bullock, who's a New Mexican, based on a novel by a New Mexican, Joe Bullock, directed by a New Mexican, me. So it really is New Mexico, born and bred and raised film.
The TRC Film Fiesta coordinator Nani Rivera was very busy over the weekend, but was able to tell me she was happy to be able to open up the theater for the community again, and hopes that this year's event is the start of an annual tradition. That's it for the 2021 Truth or Consequences Film Fiesta. Check out the links in the description, and be sure to leave us a like on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Adrian Chavez from the Sierra County Sentinel, signing off.